Hello Skyblockers and welcome to the Skyblock strategy series, the series where I show you some interesting Minecraft mechanics and how to use them in Skyblock. And yeah, today I got this Hoglin farm for you that produces cooked pork chop and leather, and it's so efficient I would even call it the best food source in the game. So stick around to see how you can build it yourself, and let's get right into it. Starting off with the raids, I tested this farm for 10 minutes. Not longer, but it's enough to estimate how much it roughly produces in an hour or something. So in my 10-minute testing, I got these two double chests of items, and it's a whole double chest of cooked pork chop, and like 2 stacks of leather, roughly. And yeah, that's 3,400 cooked pork chop and 130 leather, roughly of course. And so if we calculate it up to the amount per hour, we get roughly 20,000 cooked pork chop or 6 double chests full of pork chop per hour and 780 leather. This is about 12 stacks. So yeah, this storage design here would just take like 2 hours to fill up, and this is pretty insane. So the mechanics of the farm are really straightforward. We got this spawning platform in the Crimson Forest biome, so in the chunk where the Crimson Island was before. And yeah, the torches make sure that the mob that spawns the most is the Hoglin, and the warped fungi at the edges right here scare the Hoglins, and they pathfind to the stair block in the middle inside these triptors and fall down into our killing chamber, where we got soul sand with soul fire on top. And yeah, they burn to death, so they drop cooked pork chop and all the other drops. And these hoppers right here can pick up the items through the soul sand, because the soul sand is not a full block, and put them into our storage setup here. This is a really simple one. You can even build a smaller or bigger one. It's just for the showcase. So yeah, this farm is really straightforward, and next I'm going to show you how to build it. This right here is the entire material list you need to build the farm. So I'm going to explain how you get the warped fungus later. Then you need soul sand and flint and steel, which you can get from piglin trading. So if you give gold to a piglin, they can trade you soul sand and also iron and gravel, which you can use to get flint and then craft this flint and steel. Then you don't need glass, you can use any block, any solid block that mobs can't see through, so you don't get attacked. And you also need 4 stacks of spawnable blocks. So spawnable means that mobs can spawn on, and I would recommend using cobblestone, as you can farm this pretty easily. And you can also use top slabs of cobblestone, so this would be the cheapest version for Skyblock. And yeah, you also need 25 hoppers. The iron for that is kinda hard to get through piglin trading, as this is quite much iron. But if you have an iron farm, go ahead and use that. So this is also the minimal amount of hoppers. This is without this sorting setup right here. This is just the ones that are underneath the soul sand. So to get the warped fungus, you need to bone meal these warped nylium blocks, and they have a chance to have some warped fungi on top. So yeah, we got pretty unlucky there with the 3 attempts, but this is how you get warped fungus renewable. So yeah, go ahead and do this until you get the right amount. Also, to make the farm as efficient as possible, we need to build it as low as possible. As more mobs spawn, the lower in the world you are. And to get down there, we need the weeping vines, which we get from the Crimson Forest. And this gets me to the very important step. The important step is that you need to remove the entire Crimson Forest island. So yeah, go ahead and remove this, but make sure you either keep 1 crimson nylium, so just break everything but 1 crimson nylium, or break it with silk touch, because I think this is the only way you get crimson nylium. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, If you don't have silk touch yet, just leave one crimson item at the top, but other than that, break everything at the top here, and make sure you get some weeping vines and the crimson item. So after you got your weeping vines, you can go ahead and place them at the bottom side of the block and bone meal them. And if you look around, you can see that it eventually stops moving, and then you can go ahead and go down as much as you can. And if you think we are done, I wouldn't go down like the last 1.5 blocks. So just go ahead and place some blocks behind you. You can do this by aiming in any direction and placing blocks. And to get down even further, you need to use this little trapdoor trick. By placing trapdoors like this, then going into crouch mode, of course still sneaking. And if you then place blocks under us, we can rinse and repeat this until we get all the way down, until we can't place any more blocks. The best location to do this trick with the weeping vines is at 50 and minus 185. Well, it's not the best location, but the location I've used for the farm. And yeah, it just has to be 32 blocks away, so 2 chunks exactly away from the Crimson Forest biome. You can also do this from the direction of the portal. I just did it the other way around, I don't know why. But yeah, make sure it's 32 blocks, so if you press F3 plus G, make sure you are 2 chunks away from the Crimson Forest biome and build down right there. And then you can go ahead and build with non-spawnable blocks, so no mobs can spawn on. These can be bottom slabs. Place down 32 blocks, so all the 2 chunks back to here. Place them down again, and on the 33rd block, make a setup like this, or you can even expand it further. Also, don't forget to put a roof on top of everything, so that the mobs from the farm can't see you. Next up, expand this platform by 8 blocks into the direction of the Crimson Forest chunk, and place down your chests. This can be as I've done mine, but of course you can go for a different setup. And of course we can make it all centralized around this double chest right here. Go and get some hoppers and just make a 5x5 hopper array. If you press F3 plus G, make sure that your bridge is in the middle, so that this little thing I'm building right here is also in the middle. So if you are a bit off center with the bridge, just make sure that this thing right here at least is in the middle. So you can check this by seeing those lines right there. The yellow ones and the blue ones are intersecting each other. So you want to face the blue one, and this is one middle of the chunk. So we can mark this row of blocks right here. You can also do this really quick. And if you see the other, there's this one right there. So center your output chest around this row like here, where they cross each other. Anyways, now I continue my hopper setup right here. And put soul sand on top. Also 5x5, just as we place the hoppers. Put on your glass or other blocks you want to use for it, and build up onto the edge of it. So once you're on the edge of it, you can go ahead and place some cobble down, or any other block you chose for the spawning platform, and just fill the entire chunk. Of course, don't fill in the middle hole, we're gonna leave that open. And next up, we're gonna do the killing chamber. So place the trapdoors in the middle of each side. Then if you pitch 2 blocks from a trapdoor, you can place a block right here. And with temporary blocks, make it 3 blocks high. So now we can place all the trapdoors on the side of it. And make sure the trapdoors are top trapdoors, like this. If you're done with the trapdoors, just break the 2 temporary blocks and close all the trapdoors. And put the torch down on the block right in the middle here. Next up, I forgot to tell you the warped fungus can only be placed on certain blocks, like dirt. Sourcen could even be, no, not even Sourcen, so use dirt or one of the Nylium variants to place down a warped fungus in every corner, and every block that you place the trapdoor at. So this row right here, and if you go from this trapdoor, this row right here. So I do this for all 4 sides again. And now we're gonna put down our fences. So place down a fence on top of each warped fungi, and on the side that's facing your bridge, place down 5 fences. So this is gonna make sure that even if mobs see us, they can't work to us. So now we're gonna put down all our torches, and there's a specific pattern to this, so just start in one corner, like this. You don't need to place torches at the warped fungi, or place them right beside them, this is fine, and just leave a 1 block gap between each torch, and do this for the whole platform. Now that this is done, the only thing that's left for us to do is to light up the killing chamber. And the farm is done. This is pretty easy to set up. The only expensive thing is the hoppers. And now to get down, just jump onto your bridge. And yeah, get down here. Of course, I didn't include the chests in the material list. So this is the setup you should see. But to expand the storage like I did in my showcase, you can just place down some more double chests like this. Also at the bottom row. And behind here, place hoppers like this. And this storage setup isn't really expandable. You can go 1 chest further down, but then you hit the build limit, so you can't build any more blocks under this Y level. But I think this is all you need. If you go for the ladder, or if you want more ladder and don't need all the pork chop, I suggest you build a simple item sorter that will just sort out the ladder. But yeah, other than this, the farm is completely done now. And if you go to our AFKing spot, of course you can see the bridge. So if you stand right here, you can see the farm running. And I forgot to place these blocks right here. They are not that important, but sometimes the little pigs could fall out. So yeah, make sure you close this. And yeah, your crazy Hoglin farm is now finished. It's worth mentioning that this design is not entirely my own production, rather than a combination from different designs I've looked up on YouTube. So the killing chamber is designed by Logical Geek Boy from their Hoglin farm. And yeah, they've been part of the technical community for a really long time, and I highly recommend checking them out. And also the spawning platform is designed by Schalkecraft from their Hoglin farm. And yeah, I took the fungi placement and the torch placement from their design. Yeah, they also make entertaining videos. They are not just technical, they also make really fun, everyday Minecraft content. And I'm gonna link both of them in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna give credit to Tropical Fire for testing some farms of mine in the past. And if they check this farm too, then I can pin a comment. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you got any questions about the farm, maybe something is not working, or if you want to suggest something that I could build or take a look at too for Skyblock, feel free to leave a comment and also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. But other than that, see you in the next one maybe.